welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to share a little insight on course creation. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the super interesting topic, creating high value courses as well as high profit courses with ease. So again, like I mentioned before, if you guys tuning into this webinar, make sure you drop a comment in the Q&A section where you're chiming in from. Say hello, say hi. We can see you guys. We can interact with you guys. So guys, this is going to be a super exciting session. So I'm just telling y'all, so just get ready. So welcome, guys. And also, guys, we're going to be talking about, and I just want to remind you about the online education space as a whole in itself. So it's a $350 billion revenue by 2025. That is a lot of change, guys. Okay, it's a lot of change. And by developing these type of courses, we're able to do like webinars, workshops, and for small businesses can generate substantial income from these courses, guys. So just wanted to let you guys know that. More importantly, online courses enable small businesses to generate revenue streams, not just one, but like multiple a lot of times. So guys, we got some super dope experts on this panel tonight, guys. So I definitely want you guys to be paying attention. I have to remind y'all because I have to tell y'all, like, hey, you got to be paying attention to this because this is some super excellent information for you guys. So the online education space is definitely growing. So I just wanted to share some information in regards to, especially for those that hasn't been on our last webinar. I want to introduce our guests on our panelists that we have tonight. So I got some more messages. I'm just looking at all these messages. Well, hello. Welcome. I'm just welcoming everybody, making sure that y'all feel welcome in this space. So tonight we have the first guest that we have. Our speaker is Dr. Jasmine Leah Morris, award-winning author, speaker, educator, and founder of JLM Global Consulting LLC, a boutique and communications and training firm. Dr. Jasmine is known for her creativity as well as her way to deliver insightful course content and engaging training workshops for developing written content that engages readers and inspires hearers. Dr. Jasmine also has a vast education in writing expertise and allows her to serve small business owners in the faculty of Coppin State and Morgan State University. And also we have Tori Allen as well. Tori is a founder of the CEO of Brainchild Associates, a full service marketing firm that has been in operation for 17 years. While leading Brainchild Associates, Tori has launched more than 100 products and services, including online courses and virtual conferences for clients. She recently launched Mastery Monetized program to help skilled experts turn their knowledge into profits by developing high engaging and interacting online learning experience that results in multiple streams of income. And also, lastly, we have Gerald Bass as well. Gerald Bass is the founder and the CEO of the Rise of the 1%, a digital marketing consulting firm built specifically for Black coaches, consultants, and course creators and service-based providers. He helps them scale from 20K to 50K a month. Over 7 years, Gerald has worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs in growing and scale their businesses online and has helped generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in their businesses online while making a big impact in their products and services. Gerald and the Rise of the 1% are on a mission to create $1 billion in successful story for Black entrepreneurs over the next 3 years or less. So just wanted to share that information with you guys. So guys, welcome panelists. Welcome. So let's get into this chat because it's gonna be a good one. So we just gotta go on and get into it. Let's just go on and get into this chat. So guys, welcome again. Welcome. So let's get into this chat. So here's the first topic that we wanted to discuss on this panel tonight. So guys, like, why do you think that entrepreneurs and business owners haven't tapped into the online space as of yet and reap the benefits in regards to online education? And to kick this off, Tori, can you share a little bit of insight on that particular topic? Tori, you're on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we
Mic
can.
check, mic check. All right. Well, good evening. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is leveraging online education as a sales strategy. And yeah, there's a multitude of reasons why many folks have not yet jumped on the online education, online course train. We talked a little bit about this in our session last week, and, we talked about everything from, resource constraints to, anxiety that perhaps the marketplace that they're in may already be saturated with courses, so not quite finding a footing of how you can compete and shine, to, just not being as open to the change or not being convinced that perhaps it's worth the return on investment for what it takes to develop. We talked about many of these things and many of these reasons that many people have. And, I would say to a lot of that, if any of that resonates with those who are tuned into tonight's discussion, is, one of the key things that I always stress is that when it comes to leveraging the power of online courses, it's important that we don't look at it as an entity in and of itself, but we really look at it as a catalyst that can really propel our sales offers in other areas, right? So one of the unique things about online courses is that it positions you as an expert, right? As an industry authority. And when you're known as an expert or as an industry authority, people trust what you have to say. People trust in your expertise, right? So when they trust in your expertise, they're more inclined to buy any product or any service that you recommend because they believe in what you say and they believe in your counsel. So when you have that type of influence, with people or with your target audience, and you have a multitude of products and services that you want to sell them, the best way to do that is by leveraging the thought leadership, the authority that you gain through online courses. So it's just a small piece of an entire sales ecosystem that you should keep in mind when creating online courses. It is not an entity in and of itself. It's not about just creating an online course, but it's more so about creating a strategy that can really help set everything else up for success. And so when you have that, when you look at it through that lens, then you're less apt to allow those other reasons or other excuses to hold you back from taking full advantage of what can be achieved when talking about online courses.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Dr. Jasmine, what is your take on why entrepreneurs are hesitant or to tap into the online course space?
Thank you, Charlotte. Hello, everyone. Hello to the Rise of the 1% community. Thank you so much, Gerald, for having both Tori and I this evening. Thank you, Charlotte, for your dynamic hosting tonight. This is just simple. It's three simple things to add to what Tori's already stated. Number one is sometimes we just don't view ourselves as educators. You may be in the thick of your business, consulting, sharing knowledge, being an influencer in your industry, but you may not have shown up as an educator formally. Maybe you feel like haven't had that formal training, and you never thought that that was something that you would step into. But we have to remember that we are all educators. We are all educators because we have something important and powerful to say, one, but two, because we have fellowship in ways that people sign up for our business consulting, in ways that help us attract clients, in ways that help us influence our friends, influence our families, influence those who follow us on social media. We all have influence. And once we realize that influence that we have by us sharing free knowledge, by us sharing information, whether it's paid for or free, we are educating people, changing people's lives as business owners. And once we realize that, you are already educating, you will realize that you can take what you've been sharing with people for X number of years and develop it and compact it into an online education program that will add value to your audiences even more. And number two, sometimes we just don't have the confidence. We don't have the confidence just to show up, document our content in ways that makes it make sense, right, for a course. And that's what we're here to also talk about, how to make it make sense. And so sometimes it's just not knowing where to start. And so just those simple things, not knowing where to start, the confidence to do so, and not really realizing that you are already educating.
Nice. I'm on mute. Yeah, nice. That's excellent. So guys, let's talk about like what should you some like some entrepreneurs have like tipped their toe into course creation. Like they put the little toe in there, just a little tip, like, oh, I'm gonna try. And like, oh, hey, I don't think that, this is for me, or it's like too much work. What would you say to people who struggle to develop their course? You know what I mean? Like they're very they put the toe in, like, oh no, this is too much. This is too much. What would you guys say in regards to that? Tori, what would be your take on that?
Well, I'm a big proponent of creating online courses that provide dynamic learning experiences, right? So, I think one of the key things people should keep in mind is making sure the course actually creates some type of a transformation for their learners, where people can say, as a result of going through this course, I am now able to do X, Y, Z. And that comes with being very clear on the value proposition that you set forth for your course. And with that, creating these dynamic learning experiences is more than just showing up in front of a webcam and giving out a ton of information of everything that you know, right? So it may come from creating more interactive learning experiences where your students are more engaged with your content. It may come in the form of collaboration with your learners as they're going through your course programming, where they are maybe collaborating on a project or on an exercise or on an assignment. It may also come by way of maybe even flipping the camera onto the student and have them actually demonstrate what you've been teaching them so that they can really see for themselves how it's done, right? And acquire that type of real world experience that they can then apply beyond your course. So coming up with ways to make your content more dynamic from a more enriched learning experience is what I would suggest if you really want to stand out. And it's crucial that you do stand out and you create something that's super compelling, because like I said earlier, you want to make sure the course sets you up so that you can easily come in on the back end and upsell your learners into another product or into another service. If they undergo some type of transformation as a result of going through your course, that could be life-changing, that can be, put them in a different career, that can get them, to lose 50 pounds, that can get them to overcome any mental health challenges that they're encountering, that could help them buy a home, whatever the objective of that course is. If there's some type of transformation that occurs through a more dynamic learning experience, then they're more inclined to, again, buy into other offers that you have. I'll give one example of a dynamic learning experience. There's a hairstylist by the name of Marquetta Breslin, and she has an online course where she teaches students on how to make lace front wigs, custom lace front wigs, right? So in her course, she teaches her students all of the steps, from choosing the hair for the unit to sewing it onto the lace. She gives them the whole step. And then she has her students flip the camera on themselves and then they create a lace front wig based off of the information that she shared. So, and then she's watching these videos to see what her students produce. She can see the quality of work. She can see any areas that need adjustment, improvement, and give them feedback accordingly. After a student goes through the process of actually creating something that you taught them to create, that's a dynamic learning experience, just to give an example. And the fact that they come out of her course with a ready-made wig that they made with their own hands, that's an experience that is premium. So any wig product she puts out, whether she's selling the hair, whether she's selling the glue, whether she's selling the lace, anything that she puts out there, they're going to be inclined to want to purchase that from her ongoing. And then on the flip side of that, from a marketing standpoint, she has a whole arsenal of content created by her students that she can then repurpose and market her course and attract other students based off of them seeing other people making wigs based off of what she taught, if that makes sense. So this is an example of a dynamic learning experience that can really help make your course stand out from others that are just sitting in front of a webcam talking for hours on end on whatever it is that they know. Get the students engaged, get them to put their hands on it, get them to have an experience that could be life-changing, right? So that's what I would suggest from a content development standpoint.
Excellent. Yeah, I totally can see that. Because you have like the finished product. You're like, wow, I did this myself. Yeah, excellent. Dr. Jasmine, what's your take on it as far as that particular topic, like making sure that you stand out as far as like being, let's say, and I know both of you guys actually mentioned this a few minutes ago in regards to you possibly might not think that you are the expert, at least not as of yet, but you do want to stand out. What are your takes on that, Dr. Jasmine?
Things first is there may be tons of people out here who are already in your industry, but you have to know that nobody can do what you do like you do it. Right? Nobody is going to show up and speak to your audience the way that you do. No one is going to offer them the best value that you've already been putting out into your atmosphere. No one can do what you do like you do it. So I want us all to not get stuck in comparison, but stand out amongst those people that you are already influencing. And when you become able to do that, then you will show up to be able to offer that value that's already at your fingertips. So say, for instance, you're not quite sure that you have a course inside you, right? You're not quite sure that you can show up as that educator. But let's look at what you have at your fingertips. Look at those questions that your clients are frequently asking you. Look at the questions that friends and family are asking you about things that are in your industry. Look at the types of services you are providing to your already existing customers. Even look at what's happening in the real world. What is the market saying about topics that concern you and your industry, about topics that concern you and your brand? What is the world saying about it? And in that, once you are solving a problem that people are having, you'll be able to come up with a course content topic that then you'll be able to repurpose as a masterclass, as a multi 5-day boot camp, as something that is a 6-month coaching program. You'll be able to take that course content and write your book. You'll be able to take that course content and start your speaking platform. So I don't want us to think about a course as a singular activity. Let's think of our course content programs on a larger scale. And once you begin to understand all of those things that can flow from one course, 2 courses, 3 courses that can enhance your business and or your brand, you'll be able to figure out how to offer the value to folks who are already asking for what you have, because they're already asking for it, right? And so in addition to that, some people may say, oh, you know what, I just don't know how to write my objectives for my course. And I just don't know how to develop my plans and how to lay out what what I want to say and how I want to approach it and how I want to show up to my audience and whether I want to do pre-recorded content or whether I want to do it live. I just don't know. It's okay. That's why you consult with experts. That's why we're here today. So if you have a question about that, we're happy to address that. You may be unsure about the types of technologies that are out there in your industry. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to go to YouTube University. We're here tonight to have a robust and dynamic conversation about how to build out that content, about how to show up in the world as your authentic self. And so I'm just looking forward to just diving deeper into this topic.
Outstanding, y'all. Yeah, that was absolutely excellent, y'all. Because I know a lot of people like, and probably some of you guys on the line, and feel free to chime in too as well and ask questions in regards to this too as well. You know, it is open forum, guys. Just to let you guys know, this is an open forum. Feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A. But I know a lot of people sometimes they do get hesitant because they feel as though, oh, okay, like you guys mentioned, like, oh, my market is oversaturated. But it's different when you are doing it. You know what I mean? So that was a great conversation. That was a great conversation. Absolutely. It's different. You do things differently versus other people, the way other people do things. Absolutely. I can totally get that. So guys, what tips would you guys share in regards to building a strong online presence and credibility and attracting learners? And that's another, topic in regards to the course creation and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and start with Gerald on this.
Okay. Well, definitely for one, great evening to the 1% community out there. Definitely great evening to you all. Definitely appreciate you, Charlotte, for hosting this. And thanks again for Jasmine and Tori joining us this evening as the course experts on the call this evening. So when it actually comes to pretty much building an online presence, so the first thing I would do is, for one, we have to identify what is the specific niche market, right, that you're actually looking to serve, whether you are in health and wellness, whether you do life coaching, whether you work with other business owners, whether you're teaching people things in reference to how to create wigs, like Tori was talking about. What is it in terms of the niche market that you're serving? And then once you actually identify that, the first thing I would say is, where will these people be hanging out at, right? Like what platforms, so will they be hanging out on Facebook? Will they be hanging out on Instagram? Will they be hanging out on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok? I mean, any of these platforms that's out now. And then once you pretty much determine that, and of course, that's where you want to be hanging out at. Now, I will tell you this, one of the biggest platforms out there to actually do market research, to be able to come up with real creative and compelling content for a lot of different niche markets. I'm not going to say every niche market, but a lot of them is Facebook, right? So if you have a market on Facebook, you actually can find Facebook groups where your particular market is hanging out at. So for instance, if you are in health and wellness, you can find health and wellness Facebook groups, and don't go and join the group and go in there and start spamming about what you're doing. What you do is you go into the group and you look at what other people are posting and you join in on the conversation, right? That's already happening within the group, right? So other people that's already sharing valuable content and they are asking specific questions, you can comment on their posts, right? Your different insights, right? Or people that's asking questions that you can answer some of those questions. And you start to pretty much position yourself as like the trusted advisor, right? By actually doing that. And when you do that type of stuff, what would start to happen is some of those people will start to come over to your page, right? So you have to, of course, make sure your page is set up properly, having the right background cover photo, nice profile picture, your About Me section, speaking specifically who you serve, how you serve them. And then not only that, different postings on your page that is correlated with the market that you're serving. And so when they come over to your page, right, and they see that you're actually positioning yourself, of course, as a trusted advisor and trusted expert in your space, they'll shoot you a friend request a lot of times, right? And pretty much come into your network, right? And some of our clients, to even some of the people on our team, Charlotte, I know you know this, the background cover photo for some of our clients and even some of our team members in our business is typically a background cover photo that states who they serve, how they serve them, and typically will have like a call to action on the background cover photo to actually go and join a Facebook group, right? That they may have, right? Our clients may have, or of course, you know, that we have, right? So another thing as well is you can create your own Facebook group and community as well over time, right? That's not something you have to jump out and do, but that's something you could do over time. But even if you don't have a Facebook group, they can just go over, shoot you a friend request, now they're in your network, and pretty much they can start seeing, you know, the different content that you're posting. And in terms of like the type of content to post, you want to post content around the pains, problems, frustrations, the different desired outcomes of your market, right? So you can get a lot of that information from what is being spoken on in those Facebook groups and communities, right? Or questions that's being asked, right? Or people that you've spoken with in the market before, information that they've given you. You can create content around that. You can go on to sites like BuzzSumo. They have a lot of different articles on BuzzSumo that's been written up in a lot of different industries, different niche markets. You can go over and see what those articles are talking about, the type of comments that have been on those type of articles as well. Another thing as well, you can actually look up the top 10 books in your specific niche, right, on Amazon. And you can go buy all the books, right? And see what they're talking about in the books in regards to your market, pains, problems, frustrations, desired outcomes, challenges that's going on with that market. Or it's, at times at Amazon, you can just read the introduction, right, of the books. You don't even have to buy all of them, right? And you can create content around those type of, you know, topics or what have you. So those are just some ways you can build like your audience up on Facebook. Another way as well too, we do a lot of this and we help a lot of our clients with this, is outreach on Facebook, right? I'm talking about Facebook specifically for now. You can do outreach too, and not do outreach necessarily to promote and sell people, just to connect with people and build relationships, right? And get them over into your network, right? Becoming a friend on your friends list, right? And we actually have softwares we use that can even automate the connection part. And when people, of course, respond, you just go in, chat it up, and build relationships. You can get them into your network. And it's pretty much similar strategy even over on a platform like LinkedIn, because I know some of you all on here may as well be looking to create an online course for a market that may be on LinkedIn. It's similar strategies even over there as well, because they have LinkedIn groups and communities as well that you could go into over there as well on LinkedIn. And it's same thing over there. You know, you can build your network over on LinkedIn through outreach and also just consistently posting valuable content to your page, right? So that's what I would say in terms of like those couple of channels. I know it's a lot of other channels out there as well you can grow your online course business on. But those just a couple of the ones that I would speak on.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Good stuff. So Tori, what would you recommend in regards to that topic?
Yeah, so you know, Gerald shared a lot of gems as far as, you know, how to really kind of set yourself up to build an audience. I guess to piggyback on that, I would just add really focusing on what I call creating a wait list for your online course, especially if you don't already have a database of target learners that, you know, will just sign up upon announcing your course. You know, if you don't necessarily have those people, you know, in your arsenal, then you need to create a wait list. And so, all of the strategies that Gerald shared as far as leveraging Facebook and LinkedIn groups, all of those are good vehicles to reach your target audience. But, I guess to add on top of that, you want to create some type of sign up, right? So you can take them from Facebook into your email list, right? Because then once you get them from Facebook or when you get them from LinkedIn or whatever platform is where your audience resides, as Gerald said, you want to find out where these people hang out at, so whichever platform that is, you want to get them from the platform into your email list, because I would say the money is in the email. So when you can get them to your email list, you are then able to engage with them and nurture them into signing up for your courses, right? And one of the ways that you can do that, if you have a mindset of creating a course, and let's say that course has maybe 5 or 6 different modules, you can maybe give them access to the first module for free, right? And then this allows them to experience what your course is about. It allows them to experience you as an expert. It kind of already builds the credibility. It gives them a little taste test of what you have to offer. And if they like what they see and hear, then you can then upsell them into enrolling into your full course, right? And even if they don't enroll into your full course initially, they're in your email database. So there's opportunities for you to consistently engage them and drive them back to the full rollout of your course accordingly. So, you want to try to do any and everything you can to get people in your email list, whether that's giving them a free taste test of your course, whether that's maybe sending out, assessments or surveys and posting that to different social groups, whether that's, engaging people in it, like Gerald says, you can create your own Facebook group, which I highly recommend that as a strategy for your online course, because, that's a great way to build a community, even from ground zero, before you even get the course up and running. You can build a community that you can constantly tap into in real time when you're trying to engage them. So whatever it takes to get people into your email list is what you want to do. And, so if your goal is to get, let's say 50 people to sign up for your course initially, typically conversion rates may be anywhere from 1% to 5%. So that means you might need to make sure there's anywhere from 5,000 to 1,000 people in your wait list, in order to guarantee 50 signups, if that makes sense. So, it's a bit of a numbers game, but nonetheless, if you're doing all the right things to drive people into your email list, ultimately that will set you up for the most success in making sure that you are getting conversions around your online course. So, giving them little taste tests, little previews, little behind the scenes clips, any types of articles that, you can get, but they have to opt in. They have to sign up in order to get full access, digital downloads, whatever you can provide to get people's information. I would suggest that as a key strategy when launching your online course.
Excellent. Excellent tips, guys. Excellent. Dr. Jasmine, what's your take on it as well?
Yeah, I love that. I echo what Tori and Gerald have already stated, but I also want to add, as business owners, we should be showing up on these platforms, sharing information, offering that value. You need to be, showing up in people's emails regularly, giving some behind the scenes of some work that you're doing, because people they buy into people who they trust, right? They buy into people who they felt had some connection. And many of us have heard that it takes at least 7 connections with someone or 7 interactions for them to even buy into us, right? So we need to always be showing up on different ways in different platforms. And don't forget this added thing. One tip that I'm just going to add to the conversation is getting on other people's stages, right? Getting on people's stages to talk about what you do is going to influence them. There are many times that I have been speaking on other people's stages on various topics that I speak about, and I'm seeing my phone light up from sales off of a speaking engagement via Zoom, sitting at home, or if I'm on an audio podcast, and I see after that podcast drops that I'm getting sales for my courses or books or things that I sell through my own business. And so don't look at it as an oversight, but look at it as a way to also just get on people's stages, continuously show up in ways that people can make that connection back to who you are as not only an influencer, but also an online educator.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, guys. This is some good thing. I hope y'all value y'all, because this is some awesome tips. They done drop some gems. They done drop some gems, guys. Make sure you feel free to drop those questions and stuff, because they drop some gems. So next question I do have is, what advice would you offer in regards to helping those tackle the challenges with, like, as when it comes to marketing and promoting a course? Gerald, I'm gonna kick this off with you.
Yeah, so I mean, like I was speaking on before, it really just comes down to, I mean, understanding the market that you're looking to serve, understanding their biggest pains, problems, frustrations, desired outcomes, how you bridge the gap, and creating all your marketing pretty much around that, right? That's pretty much all it is. I mean, whether it's copywriting in terms of writing copy, whether that's for different social media postings online, to you even creating any type of video content online, going live online, different postings if you have your own Facebook group and community, different postings in there as well, to even contributing to other people's communities or other people's platforms as well. It just really comes down to just thoroughly understanding your market. If you thoroughly understand your market, I mean, really understand their pains and problems and frustrations better than they do, right? And you, of course, know how to solve it and craft all your marketing around that, where your messaging is razor sharp and can really pull those people in. That'll solve all your marketing challenges, right? Or even same thing with creating ads. That's what it really boils down to. Understanding the audience, right? Being able to write effective advertising copy, having great ads that actually pull those people in, a great offer in terms of what you're offering in terms of your online course, and a great sales funnel, which is, I know we're going to talk about that later on, what we drive the traffic to, right? To be able to generate the leads that actually convert over to paying customers. So that's pretty much how that works.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Sorry, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, really kind of all of the above as far as what Gerald shared. You know, it's, you know, what upon you really understanding your audience, you know, and creating content that kind of, again, pulls them in, that, you know, gets them on that wait list, puts them in your in your email list, you know, so that you can continuously engage and nurture them accordingly. That's really the key thing to, again, really set your course up for success from a marketing standpoint. So, you know, creating effective, you know, sales pages that, you know, if you can leverage it, you know, I don't know if you've done a course before and people have gone through, and if they've had success, you have some testimonials, or even if you haven't done a course, but you have other people who have benefited from your knowledge in some way, even if they were a client of yours, and you can leverage their testimonials, you can leverage reviews, you have compelling copy. You know, you're able to kind of demonstrate befores and afters, you know, any which way where a transformation can be shown as a result of identifying the problem, as Gerald said, and then presenting your solution, you know, and any type of evidence that you can share that demonstrates your solutions and their effectiveness is how you can almost make it a no-brainer for people. Because, you know, once that proof is in the pudding, it's a no-brainer for people to want to sign up if they are seeking the same results that you are conveying, through your marketing. So, again, you could also give them a little taste test of what your course is about, so all of the different content tactics, the key thing, and I can't stress this enough, is to get those people on your email list, get them on the email list. And in this way, you have direct access to promote and market your online course to them consistently, and not just your online course, but any and every other offer that you have to present to them on the heels of your online course. So you really want to focus on doing everything you can to get them in your email list.
Makes sense. Makes total sense to me. Makes total sense to me. Dr. Jasmine, what is your take on it?
So one thing I'll share is it is so important that we look at the data. Look at data within our own industries and our own businesses. In addition to looking at the key performance indicators. So they're talking about content development, content, sending those email blasts and engaging with your audiences and showing up on video, showing up in different ways on the platforms. But when you're doing that, you need to be looking at the types of the data around the content that you're developing, right? So what are people interested in? How many clicks are you getting on various things that you're developing? And once you do that, you can also look at data around how many sales, once you have your course out there, once you have the content out there, what are people actually buying from you? What are those key performance indicators that's going to keep people showing up? And then you're making improvements on your content, or homing in on your content in ways that allow you to produce content that people are actually watching and viewing and participating in based on data, based on the information that's going to help you further refine your business strategies and sales strategies and the performance of your business. Because you need to be looking at yourself as a business owner, even if you are not currently a business owner. If you're looking to sell anything, you are a business, right? And so having said that, looking at data, what email content is getting the most attention, that's converting people? What are you saying in those emails that's getting people to convert? And do that, right? Don't keep producing content that people aren't necessarily clicking on or taking the action. You need to pivot based upon the data. So that's what I'll say. Using data coupled with content development to help align you strategically in order to get those sales and conversions.
Data-driven decisions. Data-driven decision. That makes sense. Yeah, this is good. I hope y'all getting value from this, because this is good to me. This is good to me. Okay, guys. So let's talk about the potential income streams that come from course creation and beyond, or like whatever, like all of you guys mentioned, like whatever you selling, not just your course, but it could be like other things that you have like coming up and stuff like that. Affiliate marketing, upsells, coaching, various different things. So let's share like some strategies to the people on this webinar tonight in regards to income streams that comes from course creation. So I'm going to kick this off with Tori. So Tori, what are some income streams when it comes to course?
Man, it's a lot of ways you can slice and dice what can be made on the heels of online courses. It's the income streams are really limitless. For me to go through that laundry list, we'd be on this call in this discussion all night long, because it's just so many different ways you can slice and dice it. But a few ways, I think low-hanging fruit are upsells, right? So again, if you have other services or products that are related to your course topic, your audience is more inclined to buy off of the heels of going through a dynamic learning experience through your course, through upsells. You can do upsells, you can do add-ons, you can do bundles, however which way you want to remix it. That's like low-hanging fruit opportunities to monetize your course beyond the course itself. And as Dr. Jasmine said earlier, you don't ever want to think about online courses as a singular entity. You want to think about it from the standpoint of building an empire and then building leverage, right? And that is what it can do. If you want to take it up a few notches, you could even use online courses to monetize any types of affiliate associations that you have. There are people who will create an online course just to sell an affiliate product or service. So this is not a product or service that they themselves produce. This is a third party product or service, and they're getting a commission or they're getting a referral fee by promoting someone else's product or service. So, you have folks that's how they have no products of their own. They create online courses solely to sell affiliate products and services that they get recurring commissions on, right? So that is another way that you can monetize with clients, that I work with. Anytime they are recommending other products or entities that are in alignment with their course content, we always you need to make sure you're an affiliate. You're not going to refer anything that you can't get paid on, because these are other ways that you can monetize from your course in more ways than one, right? So that is another kind of low-hanging fruit opportunity that in which you can monetize your course. If you want to take it even further up from there, you can actually, if you have a solid enough following and influence that's been proven, you can leverage your online course to attract sponsors, right? You may have other companies that want to play a part in your course content, whether they come in and teach a lesson based off the topic of your course, or using the example of the hairstylist that has the lace front wig making class, she can partner with a hair manufacturer, right? So all of the hair that her students use to make these wigs, a hair manufacturer could actually sponsor her course so that all of the students are using their hair, or all of the students are using their tools or their glue or their lace or whatever tools that she's using to teach her class. So you could actually, package your course to attract sponsors. And then if you want to take it up even further from that point, you could even monetize your course by selling it to corporations. Maybe you have a skill or service that you can train a corporate organization's employees. Maybe you can train their sales teams. Maybe you can train their customers. Whatever the case is, where they would pay a premium price to have you come in and teach their audiences, or do a virtual training that, that's under their brand. So, I mean, you can take this thing all the way to the hills. You could even use your online courses to open up doors to get you on physical stages, where you may come in as a speaker or as a keynote presenter, and get paid speaking opportunities based off of the knowledge and expertise that you shared through your course. Again, the laundry list of how many ways you can slice and dice it, and I just kind of scratched the surface. There's so many ways you can monetize it, but again, you want to think about it from a standpoint, it's not about the course in and of itself. It's always about the big picture. How do I leverage this course to propel other service offerings or product offerings that I have available, right? The course is just a piece of that sales ecosystem. And that is how it should be seen, and that's how it should be utilized. There should always be a game plan of how do I leverage this course to really position myself to sell this. And that's it. And there's just no limit to what that could look like at the end of the day.
Oh, wow. I don't know about y'all, but I had several aha moments just for what she was saying. She really gave some good. She really gave some good, awesome stuff to her. Awesome. Gerald, what's your take on it?
Yeah, so I would say this, Tori hit on really the main ways to me, that you literally can be able to monetize with online course. I would say though, even in terms of what we help some of our clients with as well, that I would hit on with, is definitely as well on the back end of your online course, you can have the high ticket, type of coaching program, premium price coaching program. For those that may go through, let's say your course may be more of a lower ticket, a mid-ticket price point, and maybe they just are going through the course, but maybe they want a deeper level of support and be able to work more with the online course, create a little bit more in a more intimate setting. You can upsell them, which is what Tori talked about. You can upsell them though into more of a high ticket premium price coaching program where they're not just necessarily just going through the course, but they can get a lot more hands-on support. It can be on weekly group coaching calls or what have you. And then even in some cases, for those that get great results or experience big transformations, depending on the type of course you may have, you can even position what we call a high-end mastermind on the back end as well, right? Myself, I'm in the mastermind, right? You could be you could create a high-end mastermind, right? With some of your top clients, right? Who've gotten some of the best results, best transformations going through your online course, your high ticket coaching program. And a mastermind typically is not just for whoever is facilitating the mastermind just to get on and share all the information. It's for all of those that's within the group to be able to bring valuable information to the table, right? But you can charge a premium price for some of your clients that's been in your online course or your high ticket coaching program to be able to get into that back end mastermind. Then you have a business model for that. So that's a couple of the ones that I would mention as well.
Gotcha. Makes sense. How about you, Dr. Jasmine?
Well, you know what? I don't know what else I can say. I think Tori and Gerald took them all, but this is the advice I will give everyone here tonight. Being not afraid to show up, right? Sending those emails to potential partners, getting on a call with them and pitching them regarding your course and how you can become partners. And I will also say when you're engaging with other business owners, and because you have this course, because you've been showing up on YouTube, because you've been showing up on Zoom calls, and because you've been showing up on Facebook and Instagram and Threads, all these different platforms, because you've been showing up, right? You are then now called on to speak and get on other platforms. You're called on to do podcasts and other partnerships. And because of your expertise now, you are charging a fee to speak, right? You're charging a fee. And as part of your honorarium, you're saying, how many people will be at your event? They say 50, 100. Okay, I'm going to give you a wholesale price for 10 licenses to attend this particular course, or 50, and you give them a wholesale price. And as part of your honorarium, you're building in your online education program, and they can pass it out to each of their registrants. They can figure out how to compensate themselves for it, but that's a part of you coming to speak. Not only that, because now you've got all these speaking engagements, you got a course, you got a coaching program. I have literally been at events where people are pitching $25,000, $50,000 coaching programs, and people are standing in line wire transfer, right? So the sky's the limit. The point is, I'm saying, is not to be afraid. Send that first email, right? Make that first phone call, make that first connection. Don't be afraid also to network in order to do that, because we can't necessarily sit at home and make connections, right? So I'm a proponent of going out into the world, making connections. I know some of us are not necessarily interacting in person, but if you are, the juice is worth the squeeze. Trust me when I know I have literally recently made some good connections with people who I can't even believe they even going to show up on my platforms to even support and to value what I do and my industry. So just don't be afraid, because that you just might get a yes. You just might get a yes to the affiliate partnership. You just might get a yes to say, yeah, we'll take 50 or 60 of your course content modules or courses, and we'll give them out to some of our registrants, maybe our VIP guests, right? They get application into your course. We'll take it. And you say, oh, dang, I did it that time. What else can I do? Can you buy 60 books? Can you enroll them into my coaching program? You just might get a yes. That's what I say. So all of these things that folks are sharing, but it's all about showing up and doing it scared no matter what.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I hope y'all are getting these gems that they are sharing, guys. This is powerful. So let's discuss this too, because I know this is probably something that probably people on the line or people on the webinar or people who are going to be watching this. What are some key considerations for building a successful sales funnel in regards to getting them to convert, as well as getting like paying clients? And Gerald, I really wanted to kick that off with you.
Gotcha. Yeah, so what I would do is it's a lot of different sales funnels that you can have. I'll tell you this, when we actually even first started the Rise of the 1%, we no longer do this at this time. Our business model has shifted. But when we first started with the Rise of 1%, because I know those that's on here will be just starting, we pretty much had our program positioned like a membership site, right? Which was an online course, but it was a membership type of program. And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by that. So basically, our membership program was, we already had some pre-recorded content already pretty much in the members area, but also for those that became members, and it was $97 a month to be a part of it at that time. This is no longer open, by the way. It was $97 a month to join at that time. And with the members that joined would get access to pretty much the pre-recorded content. Some pre-recorded content, wasn't a lot. And then we would have live trainings on a weekly basis in terms of discussing strategies to grow their business online. We would take those recordings and put them in the members area, right? So that pretty much was like an online course, right? Now, in terms of the funnel, how we got people into it, right, is I pretty much had a training video at that time that pretty much trained on how business owners at that time, you know, could generate leads online. I want to say without like cold calling and cold emailing and using overly complex sales funnels and things of that nature. So I had a training that I gave away. And so I created a landing page created, right? And I would create content online to drive traffic to that landing page for that specific lead magnet, right? So for you all that don't necessarily know what a lead magnet is, a lead magnet is basically you're giving something away of value to your audience in exchange for capturing their information, right? So that could be in the form of an ebook, that could be in the form of a video sales letter, right? Some people still do written sales letters. Could be an article, it can be a PDF, it can be a survey, right? It could be a webinar for some people. I mean, it's different ways in terms of being able to position a lead magnet. But long story short, people will opt in to get access to that training. And at the conclusion of that training, I would offer them what we call a tripwire, you all, which is pretty much, it was a $9.97 offer just to join our membership for 7 days at that time, right? So they'll join the membership for 7 days. And then after 7 days, they would automatically roll into $97 a month at that time, right? And that's pretty much what our funnel was, from Tripwire to them joining the membership site. And what we would do as well, for those that was going through our content in the members area, topping on our live trainings weekly, is they went out and implemented on what we were sharing and started to get results. We will offer them more of a high ticket coaching program on the back end, right? So that pretty much was our funnel. And I will also say in terms of, because I know we spoke a lot earlier, Tori and even Dr. Jasmine spoke a lot on email marketing. So of course, people that opted into that landing page with name, email at that time, right, who would watch the training and didn't necessarily take us up on the trial, we would nurture them through email marketing, right? Sending out different emails throughout the week, valuable content, valuable information, and at times drive them back to the trial, right, to take the trial, right? And that's how we enrolled customers at that time. So that's one way, right? Another way, if you have something more premium price in today's time, which that's a lot of the business owners we work with in today's time, a lot of our clients offer high ticket products and services, right? Online courses and even coaching programs. With that, I would say VSL funnels work very well. in today's time if you had like more of a high ticket coaching program. So let me explain to you all very quickly if you don't know what a VSL is. A VSL is nothing more than a video sales letter. So back in the day, they had what they call written sales letters. That was real huge. Now it's just really taking the written sales letter and putting it to video. And all the VSL is hitting on the biggest pains, problems, frustrations, desired outcomes of your market. If you have proof of concept, testimonials, and reviews of your particular product or service, helping people solve problems, experience transformations, you put those in the VSL as well. And then at the conclusion of the VSL, you would give them a call to action. If they want to work with you, they can either schedule a call, right? If you're offering something high ticket, or if you're not offering something high ticket, you make it drive them straight to a sales page, right? But if you're offering high ticket, you drive them straight to the phone call, right? And for those that watch the VSL but don't necessarily schedule a call, or they don't purchase your product or service, if you're not offering high ticket, they go onto the email list. And of course, you can nurture them through emails. Or if you're collecting phone numbers on your landing page, you can nurture them through text messages, right? And this is a little bit more advanced, right? If you're offering a high ticket coaching program, of course, and people are opting into your landing page name, email, phone number, and they view the VSL and they don't schedule a call, then what you can do is, of course, you can pick up the phone and call them, right? And attempt to get them to schedule a call or hire 1 or 2 appointment setters to do it for you. So it's different ways, I would say, in terms of like the funnels with the whole online course space, coaching space, what have you. But those are a couple of ways that I wanted to share with you all, yeah.
Wow. Wow, that was in depth. Shoot, you did that. Wow. Wow. So Tori, what's your take on it?
Well, Daryl kind of said it all as far as kind of the infrastructure of how the funnel can work, starting with the lead magnet, as he mentioned. And as I stated earlier, that lead magnet can be, maybe that first lesson of your course, just to give them a little taste of what it has to offer. And then from there, you leave a little cliffhanger at the end, say, hey, if you want to learn more about this, register for my full out course. This course will teach you how to do A, X, Y, and Z. And then like Gerald said, you have your testimonials, you have your whole sales page kind of laid out, from there. You have your email sequences built in to nurture them. As I think Dr. Jackson said earlier, sometimes you got to hit them 7 times before they take the desired action. So each email can kind of drive them back to that sales page if they didn't already convert prior to, and then after let's say they do convert, they sign up and they register for your course. What else can you sell them while they're in a buying spirit? Are there some additional products that you can sell, any workbooks or ebooks that complement your course content that you can offer up as an upsell or as an add-on? For those that may require or may desire more hands-on coaching, can you sell them your coaching services to complement what they're doing? Maybe it's an audit. Maybe after they've gone through, we have an online course. After you go through your online course and you created your own course, you may want us to kind of do an audit and assess what you created to make sure this is something that's actually viable. So you can sell an audit service. So there's no limit to what you can sell that makes sense, based off of your course offer. And look, you can be real sophisticated and heavy with it and hit them with one upsell after the next. It doesn't have to just be one thing. You could sell, they buy into one. The next thing could be a membership program. As Gerald said, he had a membership program. You can add a membership program onto your course where, you might give them you do a trial run where, like Gerald did, you do a low cost, maybe even make it free. But especially if they've already bought into your online course, maybe to join your membership program is free for the first 30 days. And after that, hit them with that $97 a month fee. So it's a gift that keeps on giving, right? So you can upsell them and cross-sell them and do all kinds of add-ons all along the way through your funnel. And then you want to close it out. So when you close it out, you have your thank you page. And it doesn't have to be just a basic thank you page, but this is a page that could also be kind of an onboarding, right? An introduction, a pre-introduction to your program before they even start the course. It may have a checklist of certain items that they need to acquire before they take the course that will help them. Or maybe it's a questionnaire so that you can get a better understanding of your students and what the specific issues they may be confronting that led them to sign up for your course. You can speak to that through your course, or you could even use that data, as Dr. Jasmine said, creating things that allow you to access data and more intelligence around your programming and your students. You can use that questionnaire to maybe come up with a whole nother course program, whatever the case might be. But the thank you page can have dual purposes other than just saying thank you, to just round out and close out the ultimate experience that people have when they kind of go through your funnel. So, again, how you set your funnel up and how you structure it will be solely based on how much thought you put into how to leverage that course to sell other offerings. So whatever those other offerings are, that will help you structure your sales funnel from the lead magnet to the thank you page at the very end. And everything in between is based on how you're leveraging your online course as a part of your entire sales strategy, your entire sales ecosystem. So ultimately, your funnel should be customized as such.
Gotcha. We also have a question, guys, before we bring on Dr. Jasmine. We have a question in regards to pricing. So typically they said, what's the average investment price for your first course? And Angela had that question. Great question too, by the way, Angela. And Gerald, would you have any suggestions, or Tori, in regards to like the pricing of the course?
Well, you mean, are you talking about Angela who asked the question?
Yeah. In regards to the question.
I'll let Tori speak on that first, and then I can piggyback on it, on my thoughts.
Gotcha.
So, pricing is going to be based on your target audience, Angela. You may want to research and see what other experts in your industry may be charging to get an idea of what that could be. You may, like we said earlier, you may have some type of lead magnet, bring them in for free, and then you kind of upsell them just to get a gauge. But it really is going to, there's not a universal law that applies to any and everybody when it comes to pricing. That you will want to do some type of research. If you look at platforms such as Udemy, you could even, I think LinkedIn has a whole course arsenal of thought leaders that they have. That'll kind of help you get a gauge if you kind of do a search to see if there are any courses on topics. I think Teachable has a course marketplace as well. So if you look at some of the course marketplaces, that'll kind of give you a gauge of what people are willing to pay for topics that might be in alignment with yours. You could even put out a survey to your target, to some of the people who know you and follow you, to see, let them know you're thinking about doing a course. A lot of people ask you questions on X, Y, and Z. You're thinking about creating a course around it. And you want to find out from people, is this a course they would be interested in? And if so, how much would they be willing to pay for such a course? You create a little questionnaire, and you can kind of put it out there just to find what that sweet spot is for you. And then I think the last tactic I would say is that you can play with it, experiment, and see. You might put it out there at one price and see how it sticks. And if it really sticks and if people are selling it, price is not a barrier. And after a while, you get some good case studies, some good testimonials. Reopen that course with a new campaign, and you may charge a higher price, at that point. So, or you may charge different prices to different people. So if you're partnering with affiliates or other, influencers in your industry, You may charge them a more premium price than you charge people in your database. So you can play with it and see what actually sticks and what you need to adjust to to get the price that you want to charge. Some people, again, they use online courses as just a stepping stone. It is not the be all to end all. So they're not trying to necessarily bank on the online course itself. As Gerald said, they may utilize it to sell a more high ticket offer. So, if that is your strategy, you want to price it accordingly. So it just depends on how you want to slice and dice it based on your objectives. Does that answer your question, Angela? Let me know if that answers your question or not.
Yeah, she said extremely helpful. She said very helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome stuff. Anything you needed to add, Gerald, in regards to pricing?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything Tori said, 110%. I would just say as well, what I typically look at in terms of pricing is just, what is it worth to the potential customer or client over the long term in terms of them being able to experience the transformation, get the result, get the problem solved. What is it worth to them? Like lifetime value, what is it worth to them? And like Tori was just saying, when I look at the pricing as well, I won't look at it just from maybe the online course. I even look at, okay, even that back end offer that we're going to be offered. Like, what is the price point? It's going to be all the way throughout. And based off of the transformation that they're receiving, that's how I will price the online course on the front end to the high ticket coaching program on the back end or what have you, right? Based off what I believe is worth to them over the long term of experiencing this transformation and getting the problem solved and getting the result. That's how I look at it. Right. And I even give you an example. Just say, for instance, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't necessarily know what everyone on here does, but like, let's say you are a relationship coach or you help people with repairing their relationships. It can even be an online course around that, right? Marriages, what have you. I would look at, okay, what would it be worth to this customer or client over the long term in terms of you being able to help them solve that problem, right? Of not going through a divorce, right? Not having to split up assets with significant other, not having to go through attorneys. And I look at all of that over the long term. What is it worth by helping them solve that big problem? And then that's how I will price throughout the journey. Yeah.
Gotcha. Anything that you would like to add in regards to pricing, Dr. Jasmine?
Yeah. Just one thing. It certainly, it's all about the value that you offer, and I love that when you say, Gerald, what is it worth to the audience? And then you got to think about, after having taken your course, how much revenue will be generated in that person's business as a result of this solution that you're providing to them. That's something else to think about. And then you also got to think about whether that content is recorded or pre-recorded, I should say, whether you are recording that content or producing it live. It's a live session, they can interact with you. So it might be one price for your live session versus the pre-recorded content may be a different price. So for example, I have done some training, some online training where I've charged $497 for the registrants. But then I might turn around and sell edited and do pre-recorded sessions for half the price, just because it's not that direct line engagement. And people readily signed up to pay the $497. And I was like, ooh, could I have charged a little bit more? But no, they readily signed up. I felt like the value was worth that amount just for a couple of hours of chatting with me about a topic that I thought would benefit them over the long haul. And I felt like also I'm providing so much information. I'm answering, you're not even going to have to Google. You're not going to have to go hire a consultant. I'm literally providing you with so much information and I'm saving you so much time. Yeah, it's definitely worth that and more. So that's just something else to think about.
And Angela says she says she's a leadership and professional development coach. This has been so helpful to her. She says, love the value pricing model, and I had not thought about the live versus the pre-recorded session. She says she says she thanks you very much. Awesome. Absolutely. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Guys, I can see y'all get a lot of value out of this session. I know I got some aha moments myself. This is good. This is good. So guys, this is some great conversation that we're having. Great conversation. And thank you guys for tuning in to this, having just getting on here and just getting these gems, guys. Excellent. So guys, what I want to do now is I want to announce to you the course creation and launch and growth service offerings. So Gerald, take it away.
Absolutely. So for all of you all that got a whole lot of value out of this live chat this evening, type a 1 in the chat box, right? For 1%, type a 1 in the chat box. You got a lot of value. For you all that will love as well to be able to not just hear this information this evening, but really be able to go out and execute on it, right? Because it's one thing to be able to hear information. I know it was some great information. I'm pretty sure you all learned some things. Make it go out, execute some things on your own. But as well, some of you all on here may say, you know what, I need a little hand holding, right? In terms of really being able to put my online course together, be able to launch it, be able to grow it with a lot of the different strategies that we actually share here on this live chat this evening. So if you got some value, type 1 in the Q&A box, by the way, type 1 in the Q&A box, right? And I see some of you all still on here. So obviously you got some value, right? Okay, I see some coming.
I see the ones flying in there.
Some coming in. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So what I want to share with you all is our course creation, launch, grow, done for you service offer, right? Where pretty much offer the live chat attendees that's on here this evening, a dedicated expert team of course development and marketing experts to help you all create a custom high value and high profit online course tailored to your expertise, right? From course concept and curriculum development to course sales strategy and funnel setup to the development of a hands-off marketing system to drive and scale traffic automatically. This done for you service take care of it all, leaving you all free to focus solely on sharing and profiting from your knowledge, okay? So for you all that's still on here that have a serious interest in having a discussion about the course creation, launch, and grow done for you service offer, I'm gonna have Charlotte actually drop in the chat a link to my calendar to actually schedule a custom tailored strategy session call with myself to speak about this. And what we'll do at this time as well is we could bring Dr. Jasmine on and Tori as well to talk a little bit more about this done for you service in terms of course creation, because I can tell you all this before I actually met Tori and Jasmine. I had heard of anyone in the course creation space who's offering a done for you service in terms of course creation. And I'm pretty sure for most of you all, if not all of you all, it's the same thing. So I'm gonna let Dr. Jasmine and Tori speak a little bit more on the offer as well.
Yes, thanks, Gerald. So I would be most dynamically looking forward to working with any of you on your courses. My role here on this team is to help you with that course content, bringing my years of experience as an educator, bringing my years of experience as a professional writer, in order to help you make sense of all that stuff you have in your head and put it on paper, and then take it from paper or your laptop or your computer or your iPads, and then to translate it into some video content that's going to help you sell a dynamic and immersive learning course. So having said that, we will work together for just about a few weeks, maybe hopefully no more than a month, to help dig out everything that you would like to put into your course, make sense of it in order to develop and build out those modules to include the lesson plans associated with those modules, as well as knowledge checks and polls and dynamic experiences that's going to help your course participants be able to love your course, love your content, and then show up again to run the same play. So having said that, we will work together for a period of a few weeks in order to build out your course content. And then I would tap in my girl, Miss Tori Allen, to be able to take that content, everything that we worked on, everything, me and my team will help write it all out for you. So if you don't know what you want to say, how you want to say it, we make sense of all of that for you in order to put it on your sales page, which Ms. Tori would be helping you with.
Indeed, indeed. So after you have the opportunity to work with Dr. Jasmine in actually creating this dynamic, exceptional online course, then I will work with you on building a whole that sales system that I talked about all night long. So I'm actually going to take the load off of your plate, and I will actually utilize my resources to build that fully functional sales system for you through a sales funnel. So we'll work on your lead magnets, to make sure that people are opting in and you're able to extract contact information from anyone who raises their hand with any interest in your thought leadership. I'm then going to work on building out those sales pages. My team will draft out all the sales copy. We're going to do all the design for you. We're going to make sure the PayPals and the Stripes are all properly configured, so you don't have to worry about anything. We're going to take all the course content that you worked on with Dr. Jasmine. We're going to go ahead and set that up so that it's accessible from your learners, and everything is very user-friendly, right? We're then going to talk to you about, again, it's not just about the course. What else are we selling? What upsells do we need to create? We're going to set up your upsell page, make sure that we're taking the course to the next level with the upsell. And then on top of all of that, we are also building out the email sequences that will help to nurture your leads from the lead magnet phase all the way to the thank you page. We will work and build that whole machine for you. Again, you don't have to lift a finger. All you have to do is, let us know how we need to structure your sales system, and we will build it. So from there, we toss it on to the Mr. Raza, the 1% himself. He's going to put that magic sauce on it. He's going to drive traffic and scale this machine that we built 1,000 times over. So you are making money while you sleep. Gerald, I'll let you talk about it more.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, some of the things I even spoke on as well in the chat this evening, pretty much the different strategies we talked about in reference to actually, for one, being able to build community. So we talked about being able to grow your own Facebook group from an organic standpoint, your own community, being that your audience, of course, is on the Facebook platform, to be able to build your audience. Not only that, of course, be able to generate leads, build your email list, be able to get those customers, those clients into your course and in any of your different service offerings. To also some other organic strategies we work with a lot of our clients on as well, which is the content creation piece, to set up systems for automated outreach on platforms such as like Facebook, LinkedIn, to be able to generate those leads and be able to get those customers and clients, to even put in strategies in place as well to grow on YouTube, leveraging email marketing and broadcast over time to continue to nurture your list, your leads, to eventually convert them over to paying customers and clients, to even once you're getting those customers and clients and wanting to rapidly scale, layer on paid advertising on the different social channels to be able to do that. So now you have that consistent revenue and predictable revenue and profitability coming in every single month for your business. So that's primarily what we'll be helping you with.
Wow. All I can say is wow, 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 wow. You guys, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any more questions? But great questions tonight, guys. This was an excellent session. Does anybody else have any questions that they want to drop in the chat? I know this is we went a little over, but the conversation gets so good sometimes you just can't stop. So does anybody else have any questions, guys? Well, this is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for hopping on tonight. And again, thank you, Tori. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Dr. Jasmine. This has been a powerful session. So guys, I dropped that link in the chat. And definitely feel free to connect with me. For those of you guys that are actually in our Facebook group too as well, feel free to, message me if you have any questions or anything of that nature, and we can get your questions answered, because guys, this is big. Now's the opportunity. This is y'all's time for sure. Okay, they say they can't see it. Okay, so let me respond to, let me drop it here for you so you can see it. There you go. There you go. So now that you have it, very good. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. This has been a powerful session, and guys, feel free to reach out to me if you have any, if you need anything, or if you just have any additional questions in regards to this. But this is huge, guys. I encourage you guys to hop on that calendar. Hop on that calendar. She said, "Thank you so much." You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, guys. I encourage y'all to hop on this calendar and get this knowledge down, guys. Get this stuff down. You hear me? So we can, make an impact. So guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on to this session. It has been a great session. Have a great night. Thank you.